So I turned 48 this week. It's a weird age to talk about. You know, when you're a kid, you have a birthday party every year. And you realize later on in life that it was really just your parents celebrating the fact they kept you alive just a little bit longer. Then you get a little bit older and you have 16, 18, 21, and everything comes out fives. You know, you turn 25, it's a big deal. You know, you can rent a car without paying $1 million. You turn 30, you're really an adult now. Then you turn 40, and it becomes about the decades. 2 years, I'll be celebrating 50. And maybe I'll go traveling. Maybe I will have a huge party. Who knows? But either way, it's going to be a thing. Then you get older, and suddenly folks are celebrating your birthday every year again. Because frankly, we're amazed you're still alive. But 48, nobody cares about 48. 48 is a weird year. Except at 48, I'm trying to figure out who I am as a creative. And what are the expectations going forward? You know, you spend your whole life thinking that you wanted to be a full-time professional, whether it's a writer, a photographer, whatever this is. But at a certain point, you wonder if you're just the old dude in Times Square hawking his mixtapes because he's going to be a big rapper one day. You also wonder if that's such a bad thing. Do dreams have to die just because you get older? It's a fun video, isn't it? Oh, Christ. This coffee is really cold, too. I've been doing this for an hour now. It's good, though. Costello. So what you end up actually doing for your birthday? That's a big question. I appreciate you for asking. I actually ended up driving my daughter from New Jersey back up to Boston, where she goes to school at the Berklee School of Music. She's an amazing singer, songwriter, and probably one of the most talented people I know. King Mazio on Spotify, if you're wondering. I am her bonus dad, which is my way of saying I'm a stepfather. I make the distinction only because her birth dad, her bio dad, her OG dad, whatever phrase you want to use, is a really good dude, very involved, and I respect him a lot. So I don't want to step on his toes, which means I am bonus dad. Either way, I love that girl. Now, driving up to Boston on your birthday, just to drive straight back down, which ends up being about typically 6 or 7 hours, depending on the traffic. It's not the most ideal way to spend your birthday, but there are two reasons why I was looking forward to this. One, I got to spend some alone time with Maisie, which I don't get to do very often, especially at this age. And two, I got a nice little surprise a couple days before my birthday, which made the drive a bit more interesting. So I've been in media spaces for over a decade as a journalist, a podcast producer, a photographer, and now making these videos. And during the course of time, I have gotten the chances to have some cool stuff sent my way. The occasional trip to cover a story, some product that somebody just wants me to try and mention. But this one we topped the cake. Nissan hit me up. They sent me a car to try out. This is the new 2026 Nissan Leaf. It's not out yet. It's a fully EV vehicle. And if you're like me, you remember the old Leaf body. Well, this ain't that. Now, I am not a car reviewer, so I will not be reviewing this car. I will say I'm having a hell of a time driving it, having a blast with it. Thanks again to the folks at Nissan. But what do you do when a car company gives you a car? You make content.
You make me all paranoid, 'cause when you walk in, I can only see you, and I can't even bear the noise, of anybody saying that they're trying to come through. You could happen anywhere, but you said I'ma show up at a party tonight. Now it feels so touch and go, I can't decide if I can handle you in my life. Scared to love you even though I know I shouldn't be, but you are everything I'm not. Scared to talk to all your friends and ask them what you're doing. Don't wanna blow up my spot, I'm really trying to be careful. I'm trying to be patient, when you get a good chance, much, you're not supposed to waste it. You're too much to handle, I can't even face you. One look is enough, don't ever wanna embrace you. You make me all paranoid, cause when you walk in, I can only see you. And I can't even bear the noise, of anybody saying that they try to come through. You could happen anywhere, but you said I'ma show up at your party tonight. And now it's just a touch and go, touch and go. I can't decide if I can let you in my life, cause you make me all the bullet.
So inevitably, when I have these conversations with myself, there's always something that's been left on the table. Some project or something that I wanted to do that I just never got around to. And that can be really frustrating. This year is no different. I had a book idea at the beginning of the year that I wanted to work on, combination of my writing and photography. Never really got that spinning. I made a video some months ago about an idea I had about sending my photography in the form of postcards to random people. Started on that a little bit, but then life got in the way. I hope to get back to that come the holiday break, because I still feel very strongly about that project. But point being, the things I set out to do generally are the things I end up doing, and that can be a lot. I had a conversation with my therapist about, what are my limitations as a creative? Maybe this notion of being a full-time creator, whether it's photography or writing or whatever this is, or the whole combination, maybe that's not what I was meant to do. I've started teaching, at least substitute teaching this year. I've really been enjoying being around the kids and stuff. And maybe it's a combination of that and just whatever creative projects I feel like doing at the time. I imagine many folks feel like they have spent their entire life behind the eight ball, just running a hair slower than everybody else, and always in a space where you feel like you want to catch up. I am fortunate that I have a wife who is an amazing writer and has accomplished all kinds of things. And we actually have a children's book coming out in the spring, which I'll talk about more at some point. She is a dynamo. And I don't compare myself to her because she's been working on her craft professionally for 20 years. However, there's always that small part of me that feels like if I had my shit together, I might have been not her, but something a little bit closer to her than what I am now. It feels away sometimes. It's not always an awesome feeling. So I spent most of the day looking at notes I took for this video, one of the rare times I've actually taken notes, clips I shot today, and a bunch of clips I've taken over the course of the last year or so. And done more than I realized. This will be my 30th video this year for this channel. Before this, it was literally one video that I shot 3 years ago. That's something. And it's something I don't give myself enough credit for. This was the biggest project of the year. I'm lamenting about what did I do this year? What did I accomplish? And this is the thing I actually accomplished. My last video was the most popular one I've done so far. And it was just me talking about how I screwed up and how I currently don't have a camera. And the response to that has been honestly incredible. Thank you all. I was wondering before what my niche is. When you start doing YouTube, everybody has a niche. Either you're a tech reviewer, photography, you're doing inspirational stuff, whatever it is. What am I? I think I'm just human. I think I'm just a guy. And I don't think there's enough just guys who get enough recognition, gals, and everything in between. There's not enough people who just give recognition for just being people and talking and exploring on this space. I have nothing to sell. I'm not pushing anything. Obviously have my affiliate links. Click those. That'd be awesome. But outside of that, I'm just here. And I think that's important. I think that's special. I think that's authentic in a way that I didn't realize until I really looked back at what I was doing and not worried so much about numbers and such. What does that mean for next year? I don't know. Outside the projects that I want to do and want to pursue, and then maybe something else pops up, then maybe another opportunity to shoot something from some sponsor or somebody who just thinks I'm doing something decent. That'd be nice. By the way, I wanted to do more with the leaf, but bad weather and timing kind of screwed things up. We had plans to do a bunch of rollers and some other fun content, stuff that was gonna be very different from what you normally see on here, but that didn't work out. So we work with what we gotta work with. Thank you again to the folks in Nishan for that opportunity. That was a lot of fun. But yeah, I'm gonna keep making the things and just hope that's enough. Maybe decide what enough is. It's quite the hell of a ramble that I put out here. Um, yeah, let me know your thoughts. Let me know, especially y'all old heads like me. Let me know what you are or where you're at with your creative journey versus your age, if that's a thing at all. And I'll talk to y'all soon. Peace.